It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso here on S3, and it is time to get theatrical. It is important. The airport is a hubbub of activity, stress, and excitement, and a place you are sure to meet a vast array of colourful characters. This environment is being explored in the latest production to hit the Masque Theatre. Yes. Sorry, I had to. I got so excited. Sorry, I got so excited. I actually blacked out a bit. I'm sorry. It's the musician and theatrical musician in me. It's called The Boarding Line. It's a musical extravaganza, and we're joined by the writers and directors, Matthew Kingwill and Stephan Fourie, to learn all about how it's all come together. Welcome, gents.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
So good to have you guys. The last time you were on the show, I believe we were talking about one of the first ever productions to take place during the pandemic, which I mean for a lot of actors was just like liberation in itself. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about The Moment, a musical cabaret. Obviously, we've got a new one coming out, but before we even get into it, how did that all come about? I mean, it was a crazy time that you kind of had to launch yourselves out of, right?
No, absolutely. So there's sort of, a lot of fear around public events at the moment. And we sort of looked at that and we said, how can we create sustainable arts in a safe way? And what's theatre going to look like moving forward? And that's what this moment was. So it was a really bonsai production. We created something beautiful and small, and then we thought, okay, so we can safely create theatre. Let's push forward. Nice. And that's where we are now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
A new production now, and it's looking beautiful. And you've got such a talented cast. Now, in this era, how do you cast, when you can't really be face-to-face, I can only imagine how much, sort of a Zoom call can give you to find out what this person... Because, I mean, obviously it's theatre. Everybody has to move and act and feel and touch. So how did you get about, going to the final cast and actually just nailing them down and getting the best people for this role?
Well, I think definitely what we did is we had to obviously hold auditions in a very safe and set environment. Yeah. And as Stephan said, we wanted to start with a bonsai production, and eventually we just saw such an incredible array of local talent. And I mean, we range from stalwarts, people who have performed on huge stages across the country, to people, this is their first show. And there's just such an incredible array of talent that we were presented with, and so we opened our cast a little bit, and now we have this incredible array of 21 performers who are all putting their best foot forward and are making an incredible community out of their cast and their talent.
Well, I actually want to talk about it. So it's a boarding line, right? It's a musical extravaganza. Exactly. So obviously that means that if someone's a first time coming to this, they're going to expect some good music, right? What can we expect though when it comes to like good tunes, sort of the numbers that we could potentially look out for? What sort of genre can we expect? Give us something, a little feel for it, man.
So we really, threw the kitchen sink at this show. Yeah. So we have
well done.
Look, if you get an opportunity to present theatre during a pandemic, you're going to pull out all the stops. Yeah. So we've got everything from, the biggest show tune hits to some nuggets that, a lot of people won't know, but it's bringing all of the feels, and that's what we're here for right now. So we've got, Don't Rain on My Parade, which we'll hear a little bit later. You'll Never Walk Alone. We've got some Andy Webber.
Of course you would say that.
And we've got some Disney, which is obviously very important.
You got Disney?
We got Disney.
Which one?
Which one do you want?
I won all of them. You have to... I can show you the world. Take you.
That's in there?
Is it in there?
That's in there.
Nancy Guenya. No? Okay, never mind.
There's some Little Mermaid.
But I also, what I like about this as well, I think you've strategically played on something that people have missed during the pandemic.
Exactly.
And that is travel.
No, absolutely.
Right?
So, I mean, we've all been so caught up inside our homes with our little masks and our 1.5 meters, and we just sort of wanted to revisit that. And we realized when we started staging it that we can't really remember what it is like to travel. So a lot of it might be a little bit farcical because that's how we remember it at this point. But it's elevated, it's stupid, it's fun, it's over the top, and it's just a joyous celebration of, being alive right now.
Oh, that's
guys,
brilliant.
thank you so much. I think it's got a little bit of everything for everybody. Like you said, a musical extravaganza. I think it's got a little bit of travel, like you mentioned, and all the good stuff. So I cannot wait. And I think the exciting new show, A Boarding Line, A Musical Extravaganza, is playing at the Masque Theatre in Muizenberg, Cape Town. And the production is on from the 11th to the 19th of June. And if you want those tickets, because you definitely do, you got to get them. And they are available at computicket.com. And there's more.
Oh, yes, there's always more for you. We got 2 amazing performances lined up from some of the talented cast members. So be sure to keep it locked to your feel-good breakfast show. Thank you.